Bro, how tall are you? Those numbers are so scary you don't even know them. I'm tired of being tall, that's enough. I just want to be short already. Hi, my name is Artom. I'm 22 years old and my height is 2 meters and 17 centimeters. Actually, my parents aren't tall. Well, my dad, how is he? Well, my dad is about 1 meter 92 and my mom is 1 meter 78. Since kindergarten. I was always big and tall. Nobody really paid much attention to the fact that I was half a head or a whole head taller. But it was never like I was huge and they were just little kids. And after we moved to Portugal with my parents lived there, they worked there, and eventually I moved there too. That's when my growth really picked up. The funny thing is, when I left for Portugal, my grandfather actually wore my old sneakers after me. Basically, he was wearing sneakers after an 8-year-old kid. Yeah, so I was growing really fast too. There were times when in just a month I could grow 10 or 15 centimeters. I could really grow that much in just a month. My whole body hurt, my back, my arms, even my skin. It felt like even my skin was hurting. I really became fully aware that I was big and tall when I was about 11 or 12, when I reached 1 meter 90, 1 meter 80, 1 meter 90. And that's when I started to notice that people were paying attention, giving me sideways glances, and that's when they started asking questions. So I guess I'm somehow different. It shouldn't be like this. In Portugal, people are somehow more tolerant. Yes, there were people who tried to tease us, say something, make a joke, but it wasn't as harsh. When we came back to Ukraine, that's when it all started. Honestly, there was a lot of bullying, a lot of harassment started. Kids are tough by nature. They tried to hurt us, especially classmates. They called me things like long rail. I was a peaceful kid. I tried not to fight with anyone. But there were certain cases when they really pushed me to the limit, when they really started to get under my skin. So they hit a nerve, really. Then, of course, I would lose my temper. I could even hit someone, but still, I would calm down quickly. I would go to my mom and ask, since I was a bit tall, what's wrong with me? You know, at first we even thought that was how it was supposed to be, but I mean, basically, there are kids who grow up faster than others. My parents tried to comfort me, saying something like, well, that's your special thing, that's your quirk, just enjoy it. We went through a full examination, both in Ukraine and in Portugal. We still needed to understand what was wrong with me, and then in Portugal, I was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. Let's put it this way, because of my age, I didn't understand what it meant. I mean, for me, well, Marfan syndrome, 2 words that didn't really make sense to me. I'm a kid, I don't know what it is, what it means, or why it's even necessary. I saw from my parents that my mom and dad started to worry about it more, to get anxious. That's when I really started to wonder what was wrong, like what's going on. I mean, I'm not complaining that I'm this poor little kid with Marfan syndrome and people should feel sorry for me. No, not at all. I live life to the fullest, like I always say. It could have been worse, yeah. The recommendations were to monitor my heart, to keep an eye on my thyroid. And of course, sports were included in that. So there really wasn't any specific treatment, nothing for my legs either. If you pay attention when I walk, my legs are a bit knock-kneed. Sometimes my back just gets tired, like when I walk for a long time, it just gets tired. You get tired, you just want to sit down and rest. No, I don't think anyone ever diagnosed me with scoliosis, maybe kyphoscoliosis. Yes, that's a deformation of the chest. Fine motor skills, yes, they're developed normally. I mean, I try to play musical instruments, yes, and I use my right hand for the ball. It's more upsetting because there are also some problems there, some tightness, a really big complex, honestly, a lot. Some of them, some issues followed me right into adulthood. You know, when you're bullied, when all the time, every day you hear, you're not like everyone else, you're not right, that's not how it's supposed to be, naturally, you start to get the thought in your head like, damn, maybe this really is wrong, maybe it shouldn't be this way. And yeah, I started to feel self-conscious about my height, started to feel a bit self-conscious about my weight. There was a time when I really closed myself off. At some point, I couldn't connect with people. I was afraid to communicate somehow. Every third person, when you walk down the street, everyone pays attention, everyone has some kind of reaction. Come on, seriously, can't you ask me something else? Maybe you think, wow, what cool sneakers, he's tall. Yeah, you see it that way, like, wow, am I really that big? No, I'm on crutches, dude, how tall are you? Those scary numbers, you don't even know. Do you play basketball? You must be a basketball player, or why is it that if you're tall, it's always basketball? I mean, what else could a tall person do? Do they do anything else? I think like 24/7 you play basketball. Can I? Yeah, like I used to play basketball, but I didn't make it the meaning of my life or anything. By the way, wow, that's impressive. But now for me, it's more like a game. How many people will notice me in a day? Basically, it's only 10 in the morning today. I went to the store and came back, and I've already counted 4 people. You know, it's involuntary. You're walking, you see a person, and you can tell they're just going about their business. Someone like that walked past me and kept going. A small soul. 217. My height is 217. Actually, my height. Well, it's hard to understand from people who are ours how they react. After all, kids like that, because of other kids. But you can't, I can't say and be offended by the kids for it because they're just amazed. They don't know any better. Wow, that's cool. You're a tall dude. That's cool. I just really don't understand adults, especially when it's guys over 40 and taller. And seriously, they just point with their fingers like that. At that moment, Kuzi actually turned around like, hey, come on, how old are you? Why are you pointing with your fingers? They ask, and then they ask to take a picture very often, especially when you go out to the city center. I say something like, well, sometimes I refuse, sometimes I agree. It just depends on my mood, you know? Honestly, I can't tell by the clothes or the size. I'm not really good with those sizes. It's just, you know, you come to the store, try something on. If it fits, great. If not, you keep trying. With shoes, it's size 52.5 or higher. So with clothes, I've already found a store for myself where I know for sure they have my size. When I come in, the salespeople already know, like, okay, just one fitting, and now I'll put it on. They immediately bring me a ton of clothes, and I just pick out what I want. It's rare to find clothes in mass market stores. 4 feet 9 inches. So far, I've met the shortest person. But that's already a huge contrast. It's like the expression breathing down your neck. If we take the top, that's the tallest person in the world. That's 250 centimeters, and I'm right there standing next to him. I just become like a complete child. I'm not even talking about adults anymore. Of course, there are kids, and some of them are even smaller than me. They're running around down there at about knee level. Plus, just yesterday, I almost stepped on a child. I basically just didn't notice her. Right now, I'm working at the International Children's Center, Artom. This is really a topic that's both interesting and a bit painful for me. A lot of girls, are afraid. Basically, I don't have this idea that a girl should have a certain height. So height doesn't really matter. Height won't really determine feelings. Well, somewhere around 1.75 meters, I think, just to be as comfortable as possible, but height isn't the main thing. Basically, the people who write already, they mostly already know. Now there's a trend to get to know people, and they start asking questions almost right from the beginning. Just something like height. Yeah, by the way, zodiac sign. What's your height and zodiac sign? Like that, like... They don't know. They don't know. My thing is that I'm actually tall. They're just here. And right away they ask, what's your height? Yeah, I write there, 217. Many people back off right away. They're like, what? 217, bye. There are some girls who really keep talking. They don't realize how much that is. So I had a friend, we went out with some girls. It was a date a while ago. That's when it happened. I need to fix that. The girl knew I was tall and she wasn't short herself. I mean, she was almost 1.90 meters tall. Her reaction then was, damn, I thought it would be taller. There were, and not just one, but unfortunately I wasn't very lucky when it came to how long they lasted. By the way, not shorter than 1.70 meters. There was one who was shorter, about 1.60 meters actually. It had nothing to do with height at all. Seriously, it wasn't related in any way. No, that's actually true. You know how it was sometimes, it looked funny, like the taller, the more comfortable, like some jokes about limited choices, post. Now I'm in a relationship. It's been about a year already. sad, lonely, call me. Write to the link. The link is in the description. I still have dreams down below. I still want a lot. Like, I would get tired. It's too long. Enough. I want to be small already. My head already hurts. Everywhere, somewhere out there, you know, especially if I have some new location, I go in and I still don't know if there are door frames. Now I automatically greet everyone when I come in, but sometimes I can bump into something and really hard. I've come to terms with it. Honestly, I've already accepted it. Basically, I'm always slouching. You know, it's already become a habit. Basically, I try not to use public transportation. Yeah, I mean, it's not like when you get on, you have to bend down, like you dive in and just get in. Basically, it's high enough there, so my height is enough. Sometimes I might get distracted, you know, and bump my head on the handrail. It hurts, it's unpleasant, but at least it's funny. It's uncomfortable in the minibuses. Well, first of all, you know, when I'm sitting somewhere, like on a chair, my legs are sticking out like this. Or by car, like I ask someone to give me a ride, or I take a taxi, or I just walk if it's not far. Trains, I don't even mention. If I travel in a sleeper car, basically half the carriage hates me because my legs are like a barrier. They've grown and that's it. At night, people, out of desperation, just bend over. They just understand, what can you do with a person like that? After 18, even closer to 21, that's when acceptance finally came. Honestly, I would actually stay the way I am, maybe even stay this height. I mean, I wouldn't want to be shorter, I don't know. I like it, I'm comfortable, I'm used to it. Forget about it, just live your life, it's your thing, just live and enjoy. Find someone else who's tall, write to him like, bro, I'm insecure about this. How do you live with it? Just talk to your parents, share with your loved ones, and don't be shy. And if you know that this tall person, don't be shy to just write to him, ask, and you will definitely learn to love yourself. There's nothing shameful about being tall. What's shameful is not accepting it. Being young and over 2 meters tall means always being the center of attention and enjoying it.